I'd like to begin by giving you an overview of Koh Sriboya Beachfront Resort. The name says beachfront, and it is beachfront. Every one of the bungalows has a view of the ocean. By way of introduction, I'm Eric Hanscom. My wife Intian and I have owned this place for about 8 years, and we built it from the ground up. This is the reception area. When you first show up, you can come in here and check in. If you're missing any basic supplies like sunscreen and things along those lines, you can find them here as well. Now, when we started building this, we built it with the idea of creating a place that really shows off the authentic Thailand that we've grown to really enjoy. And so we went all around Thailand and picked up the various vases and things like that that are used to decorate the rooms and the reception area. And so you'll see a lot of things here that are basically right out of the woodcarver's shelf. These are mango wood vases from up in the north. This right here is a wooden fish. It's decorated with a variety of gold inlays, not real gold of course, but and mirrored scales. This is our tuk-tuk. We use this for getting small groups around the island. This is our boat. We can use this for day excursions out to some of the other islands, and there's one of our kayaks tied to the bow. Each one of the bungalows and houses has a different personality and was created with different things in mind. This is main house, where we live and where the reception area is located. This is river house. It's located, as the name implies, over a river. It's a nice place to stay, particularly in the winter months when the tree frogs are chirping. This is sunset house. It's our largest rental unit, very good for a family. It's also air conditioned. Beach house is good for a couple or a family with a small child. This is also air conditioned and is the closest unit to the beach. Now, when we built the bungalows, we tried to keep in mind the fact that we might be living in them someday. So we tried to build them as the kind of places that we'd like to stay. As a result, we did put some time into some of the features, and we tried to make sure that each one of our individual stucco houses has its own unique personality. There are also 7 of what we call the ocean view bungalows. These are smaller units, fan only, no air conditioning. They're fairly nice inside though, and each does, as the name implies, have an ocean view. We've really enjoyed making all the changes around the resort over the years. For example, when our river was getting sedimented in, we brought in an excavator and had them dig it out and deepen the channel and straighten it out a bit, so that now when you stay in River House, you truly are sleeping directly over a river. And it's been a lot of fun for us. We've also made a lot of changes around the resort, such as putting in fish ponds. There are fish ponds all over the place, and these are stocked with tropical fish. We have our own restaurant. It has a view here. You can see the view's not too bad. And it is truly right on the ocean. We grow a lot of our own spices. Here's some chili peppers we grew a few years ago. Now, in terms of what you want for your meals, you can range anything from having a fairly extensive seafood buffet prepared to just ordering more simple food, like this is some pineapple rice. It's quite delicious. Now, you really don't want to miss out on the fruit. And the fruit is inexpensive, plentiful, and delicious. And depending on the type of year, you may have different types of fruit, but it's basically all good and quite healthy for you. We have a staff that ranges in size from quite a few during good economic times and during our high seasons, down to a much more limited staff. Well, we have more than one 8-year-old girl at times when we don't have a whole lot of visitors. But anyway, you get the idea. When there are a lot of people there, we have a lot of staff. When there aren't so many people there, not so many staff. One of the really nice things about the resort for us has been picking the types of flowers that we're going to have at it. And these are just a few of the flowers, and we've actually grown all these either from seeds or by cuttings. One of the interesting things for us has been to go to different islands and walk around our own island, see what kind of plants we like, and then try to get those going at the resort. Now, no matter what time of year you visit the resort, there will be at least some flowers blooming, and it may be the plumerias, it may be water lilies, perhaps orchids, but there's always something that looks nice no matter what time of year you visit. The ideal visitor to Koh Sriboya Beachfront Resort is going to be somebody who's really looking for an authentic Thai experience. We're looking for families, couples, individuals who'd really like to get near the ocean, experience the plant life, see some of the culture, maybe try kayaking or stand-up paddleboarding for the first time, and would really enjoy being in a quiet, relaxed environment. When we built the resort, we designed it with this type of person in mind. And again, as I've said in other parts of our videos, I'd rather have 5 people a year who really want to stay here than 500 people that would really be much happier in one of the busier, more expensive and more popular resorts. We really are looking for people who would value what this island and this resort have to offer. So if you're looking for a relaxing time in the authentic Thailand, I think you'd have a good time here. As you can tell from the pictures, we're pretty big on hammocks here. Hammocks seem to be a wonderful way of appreciating the sunsets and the sunrises. And we also really like to have a lot of tables and chairs and things like that down by the beach so you can view the sunset at your convenience. The beach in front of Koh Sriboya Beachfront Resort is clean. We clean it up every day. It has a wide variety of shells. They're quite fun to collect. And you're going to see some stuff that you just don't see in other parts of the world here. We also have several mangrove trees to the south of us. We don't have any mangrove trees in front of our resort, but the mangrove trees to the south are fairly interesting. They're some of the few mangroves on the western side of the island. We have a complete set of water toys ranging from kayaks to windsurfers, stand-up paddle boards. We've got a kite surfing rig there, and we're going to have a mountain board kite rig there the next time we go over. So there's a lot of things that you can do, or frankly, you don't have to do anything. There's no law that says you have to be active every part of every day. And so we find that for people who really want a taste of the authentic Thailand, that our resort is a really good way to get that and have a good time getting it. Life really slows down in Koh Sriboya. In Carlsbad, where I live, I can wake up, shower, eat breakfast, and be in my car driving to work in less than 10 minutes. You can't do that in Koh Sriboya. When you visit a new land, your experience is going to be somewhere on a continuum from tourist to visitor to guest to resident. The shorter time you stay, the harder it is to get beyond tourist. Koh Sriboya isn't the kind of place you want to just visit for 2 days. For me, I've been coming here for almost 10 years, and we've owned our place for 8 years, and I'm still the new guy on the island. It's kind of neat that way. I like it. One thing to keep in mind is that no matter where you are in the world, within 24 hours, you could be the one that's sitting out here on this floating bungalow.